how you doing? It's Ian here from Ian Here and There. So, just a quick running session really. That's all I wanted to do for tonight. Let me bring my first engine in there. I want to have you look at going around the board. Let me just bring that in. Yes, there you are, look. These was coming into line on about, I'd say, the 1960s. These locos was. Very good engines. They really was very good engines. It's when they had the split head code, of course. The numbers on the front here. They started doing that. So, very good engine. The Western Courier. Very nice locomotive. I just want to make sure I get a nice close-up shot for you. For all of those out there in YouTube land that likes to see a close-up shot. You have to be very careful though, because you don't want it to, go blurred. There we are, look, that's alright. No driver in the cab, but, these things can be added later on. Bit dusty, that's where it's been sat on the shelf. So I display all my locomotives. I don't put them in cupboards and lock them away. I display everything, I really do, as much as I possibly can. But the only problem is it gets dusty. And of course that's coupled up to some Great Western carriages. Right, so let's bring in the other one. And you can have a good butchers. There you are, look, it's my little Truro. You've seen this one before, but I still want to get in nice and close and get you to have a good look at it. It's a lovely little engine. They used to use these on branch lines and stuff like that. Marvellous little engine. If I want to pull a light train, this is the one I would grab. This one, because it never fails me. It's a brilliant little tank engine, this is. Really is. And to what I've been told, they've actually got, the motor inside the engine. It's actually a slot car motor they use in these little engines. That's why they're so reliable. And I've got that just pulling, a few wagons that I've managed to throw together. But let's see them both moving. Oh, there's your one. Let's get that one going as well. I can't think what the class number is of that off the top of my head. I've gone blank. But I've got a little something for you to see at the end as well. You can imagine, can't you, seeing, the old steam engines, going alongside the diesels, because that's what happened at the end of the steam. You would have the diesels running alongside the steam, and it would have been old diesel engines like this. Obviously you wouldn't have barriers on a level crossing, you'd have the gates, but unfortunately on my level crossing we've got barriers. But what a lovely train that is. Absolutely gorgeous. Really is. And there's our little Truro. I think you'll find that was out in the 1940s, I'd say, that loco, the Truro. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Probably the 1940s, something around that era. Absolutely gorgeous, isn't it, with them Great Western carriages on. Really is. Absolutely marvellous. And if we put it on that level crossing, that's how it probably would have looked all them years ago. But of course, as I said, without the barriers. Only they never had barriers, they had gates. And there's our little Truro going across. Marvellous, marvellous. But, you know, it was a shame really that they took the steam engines off, because I always said I was born in the wrong era. I should have been bum and the steam engines was around. But as you know, I had, my dad used to drive the steam engines, and he was a fireman on there. And my uncle was a driver and fireman. So I come off a railway background myself, but unfortunately, you know, I never got the chance to drive them, which was a terrible shame really. But there you are. Some things you do in life, some things you don't. I want to show you something now. If I can just stop the trains for a moment. Let me just get Truro out of the way. There we are, look, that's marvellous. I wanted this particular item for some time, and I never bothered getting it in the end, but I managed to get one, and I thought, yes, treat yourself. You've wanted it for a while, so why not? So I went on eBay, and because I get a lot of my stuff off eBay, I think, well, bugger it, you know, why go down and, you know, go to the local shops, you know, and struggle all the way down there when you can have it hand delivered. So I had this item delivered. Let me show it you. I'm going to have to jiggle it about a bit though. Can you see that? I've got working traffic lights now on me for me trains. Absolutely brilliant. Let me just jiggle this a bit. I know it's a bit awkward. They are, look, and you can change the colours, look. Isn't that good? There's green and there's red. So that's another dimension to it. And what I've done, I've had it so it actually stops the trains on the platform. Because where Truro is there, what would happen would normally, if it's a passenger train, my passenger trains usually stop around this point here. Because, you know, I've only got short platforms, and I always run quite long trains, and 9 times out of 10 they're always too long for the platforms. But my loco usually stops there, so I thought, well, if I put my traffic lights there, me loco signalling, I can, you know, get them done. And what I've done, I've tacked it down on the board, as you can see, just there and just there, and I drilled a little hole in the board, and what I've done is I've gone under the board, as you can see. I wound the wires up here so they wasn't flapping about everywhere, and come up the other end of the board, just in front of the yellow lever, because that's the one that operates it. And I've connected the 2 lever frames together, and it works a treat. It really does. Look, the business. I'm going to buy some more though, and I'm going to probably put some over there, somewhere near the platform over there. But for this track here, I'm going to put another set probably round here somewhere to control the traffic on the branch line. And I'm going to put another set just over there, up that corner, to stop traffic for the siding there. So I thought that was quite good actually, but let me know what you think. You know, what you think about these signalling. I think they're quite good, to be honest, because it's instant signalling and it works. Unfortunately, because I've got my board straight on top of the table, I can't have the semaphore signalling because they've got a relay underneath, and the relay moves, of course, and it turns the signal up and down. Well, I can't do that because I'm sat actually on top of the table. So I've gone for traffic lights, and it seems to work really well. But there's your video for this week. Let me know what you think, and I'd love you to comment in the comments box. Please do like, share and subscribe. And I'll see you again next week, and no doubt I'll have something else to show you by then. Okay, so have a good evening, and I'll catch you again soon. Bye for now. Ta-da!